words.
Hey, it's okay. I can edit anything out. Hey, we're back. It's the Bible quiz, whatever we called it, Sports Network. It's me, Quincy.
Austin.
And Nate.
And we're here to talk about the 2022 Bible Quiz National Tournament after day one. Gentlemen, what did we learn from day one?
Unashamed is really good this year.
Through one day, undefeated. I also saw that Warriors is undefeated. So from what I saw, I didn't manage to check through everybody, but I believe those were their only undefeated teams. Undefeated teams.
Yeah, we were undefeated.
Just as articulate as ever.
Sundown was undefeated, but it was still a pretty good day for us. Sundown was 4-2-2, so very proud of those guys. Working hard. We had some tough quizzes, some tough situations, but overall, I'm very proud of them. We'll see how day 2 goes tomorrow.
Nice.
I think we had a strong showing from Riven, from Rev, from third day. Messengers, little less on the top charts, but 3 seconds, no thirds, so that's still pretty good for them.
I think Moxie also had 3 seconds and no thirds.
Yep.
Yeah, those are some names that you're probably familiar with. You follow the tournament, and then there's teams like Egyptian Frog Casserole. I was talking about how I looked at their scores. I was like, hey, they're pretty good. A lot of times, you choose a crazy name, and you're like, okay, you might be just kind of having fun, but hey, they're here to play too. So I appreciate that. It's a great name.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving here today, and I saw a river named the Plain River. And then I saw another river named Rock River. And I was like, the people who named Egyptian Frog Casserole should name these rivers because those aren't great names. All right, well, let's talk about tomorrow. What can we look forward to tomorrow? Oh, just remember, if you're following this, you can follow live scores. The live scores on the Bible Quiz Nationals Friends page. You can follow the live scores, which is great. You can also live stream them. Yeah.
All the sites are live streamed this year.
All the sites are live streamed. The first quiz of the day tomorrow in Site 2, Astonished Warriors in third day. That should be a pretty darn good quiz. What were some other ones? The third quiz of the day in Site 9, Unashamed, Messengers, and Echo. That's a pretty darn good quiz. I know that towards the end of the day, there is a quiz in Site 9, Quiz 18, so that's the third quiz of the afternoon. Unashamed, Revelation, and third day. So that should be a pretty great quiz. Those were kind of the ones that I think I wanted to highlight. Anything else standing out to you, Austin?
Riven and Revelation haven't had a chance to quiz each other yet, so that'll happen tomorrow as well with Sanctified.
Yep, that's in
the quiz as well.
Quiz 4 of the morning in Site 4, so that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be great. There's a lot of fun teams to watch. So here's my question that I ask every year. Who here is most likely to beat Riven or Moxie? That's what I come into every tournament asking. And what were you? You need to share your commentary from earlier because I was asking you about who's on Riven this year. So share that commentary.
Well, we've got the usual prices, some Hubbards, and I think they manufactured a new family of robots named the Durs, and they have those guys sprinkled throughout their teams. And Nathan Durr is on Riven this year, making that team as good as ever.
I'm excited to see the new robots. They're always so amazing. They're always such amazing kids that know the scriptures so well. That's great. So tell me though.
Where do they keep coming from?
He just told you, a factory. Elon Musk. He's buying Twitter and making quizzing robots. So all right, who has the best shot at dethroning him? Tell me, guys.
I thought your question was who's going to finish second to Riven.
Well, that might be my question. I don't know. Tell me who's got the shot.
Well, I think Messengers is really solid this year. They were at Midland Regionals, obviously, with Riven and Moxie, and they went to the championship, I believe, with Riven and Moxie. So I feel like they have a good shot at competing with them if they're able to do that. And then just their record so far today was very, very good. And they actually beat Riven and Moxie in the head-to-head quiz that they had today.
All right. That's some good analysis. Austin, your choice?
I'm going to put a vote of confidence in Revelation. I've got, the shirt on, and Gabrielle and I are coaching this year. So it might be a biased opinion. But last year, I think I used the phrase low IQ team, which I've had some shade thrown at me for a while now.
And he brings it back up.
And this year, they are not that team. They've quizzed very smartly. I think they are probably the team that's going to give it that second place run or that first place run. We'll see. But it's really wide open. I mean, Unashamed is undefeated, and Third Day is doing really well, and Warriors is undefeated. So, maybe they can hold those undefeated titles. There's a lot of people in the mix this year. I think it's wide open for 6, 7, 8 teams, and maybe a little bit of a drop off compared to some years after that. But those top teams are all a lot closer this year than usual.
I have to say, from my brief analysis, I think that you're right about that. Like, there should be a lot of room to maneuver in those top 8 teams. But I think, like, the next 8, there's also the same thing. There's a lot of those teams, like, right together there. So that should make for a very exciting last day of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my team today thinking, like, okay, we got a couple quizzes here, but I think it should be a little bit easier for us to be able to rack up some points. But when we get into those quizzes, the reality is that they were all jumping really quickly and very aggressively, and we were not able to rack up a lot of points. And in some of those quizzes, we were not as dominant or even winning those quizzes as I thought we would. And so there could be a lot of surprises here with these teams, and as far as their ability and just the situational quizzing that happens in these sites that, 1 or 2 questions one way or another can really make a difference.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that makes for exciting quizzing. We hope that you're following along. And, we mentioned some new quizzers coming along, and I want to mention that, there's always those that are kind of finishing out their quizzing career. And my youngest sister, it's her senior year, so it's the last of the Wheelers to filter through here. And I'm sure, well, for now, until those younger grandkids come up. But I think that's kind of exciting to see everybody back together and see some of those familiar names and see them finish strong. So we're looking forward to seeing that. We'll check in with you guys tomorrow.